Thank you guys so much for checking out the podcast. Before we get into the show today, guys, episode 136, part number 3, tonight live on the WWE Network, Clash of Champions. We will have the official review and results right here on my channel following the pay-per-view. But before we get into the podcast, guys, I want to thank, again, one more time, they've been sponsoring the podcast all weekend. That is the fine people over at Wrestling Amino. If you guys have been listening to me, you exactly know what that is. It is a free wrestling app via Apple iTunes and Google Play for Android. If you love professional wrestling, if you guys want to be in a community and around the community and converse with people who have the same passion as you, Wrestling Amino is that app for you. So please go and download it. If you guys want news spanning all over the world when it comes to professional wrestling, Lucha Underground, Ring of Honor, TNA, NXT, New Japan, and of course, WWE. There's blogs, vlogs, polls, there's news articles, there's public chats where you can converse with other people who are fans of the same product as you, man. It is a great way to keep in touch with the community and keep in touch with the world of professional wrestling. I'm going to leave you guys some screenshots on the screen right now. If you guys don't know what it is, it's a great interface, very easy to use. I'm on there. I've been on there all weekend long. I posted Off The Script for you guys to watch on there as well for the entire community to check out. I held some polls on Friday. We're going to be holding some polls on Sunday as well. I'm going to try and gauge the opinion of the community as it comes to Clash of Champions tonight. And we're going to see who the community wants to come out victorious in the big matches taking place tonight live on the WWE Network. Man, that is Wrestling Amino on Apple iTunes and Google Play for Android. Make sure you guys go and download it. Follow me on there as well, man. JD from NY is my name on Wrestling Amino. You'll see the same YouTube icon that you see right here on the website. That is my official Wrestling Amino profile. So make sure you guys add me on there and let's talk some WWE, man. Thank you to Wrestling Amino and the fine people over there for sponsoring the podcast all weekend. I greatly appreciate it. And now let's talk about Off The Script, the biggest news and rumors in the world of the WWE.
JD from New York, 206, the stopper off the script. Big Show and Ryback, Strowman and Roman, get off my fucking TV, especially Eva Marie and all you fucking goons. Just grab a cold beer, the man of the hour is finally here. JD from New York, 206, it's time for Off The Script. JD from New York, 206, it's time for Off The Script.
What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. And tonight we have Clash of Champions. You look up and down that card, and you look up and down the card and see who is taking a part in this show and is participating. And you see the names like Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Sasha Banks, Bayley, Charlotte, right? You see those names. Brian Kendrick, TJP. But you see one name sticking out like a sore thumb. You see one name sticking out like a sore thumb that does not belong in the sentence with the word champion. It's because, quite frankly, he's a loser. He's always been a loser. And he will forever be a loser. A loser with no personality. A loser with pretty looks and nice flowing black hair. But yet he's hated everywhere he goes. The man who personifies nothing about being a champion. And that is Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is not a champion. Though he's probably going to win the United States Championship tonight. But it doesn't really matter if he wins the United States Championship tonight. Do you know why? Do you want to know why it really doesn't matter if Roman Reigns wins the fucking WWE United States Championship tonight? I'll give you one fucking reason why it doesn't matter. This is the reason why. This is the number one fucking podcast in your subscription boxes right here on YouTube.com. This is Off the Script, episode 136, part number 3 for your Clash of Champions Sunday, man. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We got a lot to go over, man. There's some pretty fucking cool news articles I got for you in this video. Ones that you are going to be very, very interested in hearing. So make sure you guys are strapped in, have your cold beverage ready, or if you're just waking up with me, have a hot cup of coffee ready. We're going to talk WWE, and I'm going to pretty much be uploading all day long, getting you guys ready for Clash of the Champions, man. I got big news stories coming out all day regarding Triple H, spoilers if you guys are interested in that type of thing. But I know I'll have some fucking idiot in the comments. Oh, JD, why are you posting spoilers, man? Why, man? I don't like that, man. I don't give a fuck what you like, clown. Goon. It's my channel. And these are coming straight from Dave Meltzer, so you know they're full of garbage and nonsensical bullshit. So whatever the case may be, man, I upload a video, people watch, people are entertained, people are excited about Night of Champions or Clash of Champions. You know what? One more time I mention Night of Champions, I am going to label myself Goon on Twitter. That's going to be my new handle, Goon. Okay? Can't fucking stand Clash of Champions, man. It is Night of Champions. But regardless, man, should be a good time tonight. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206, I'll be tweeting all night long during Clash of Champions. So if you guys want to know my immediate reaction to anything, please follow me on Twitter. Thank you again to the fine people over at Wrestling Amino. Make sure you guys go and download that app, man. It's fucking awesome. And have some fun with that. Thanks again to everybody involved with that. They sponsored the podcast all weekend long. If you guys want to pledge and support the podcast, man, and the YouTube channel, patreon.com, still alive and well and so active, man. Thank you to everybody that's pledged and has come to me in the last week or so saying that they will be pledging. I greatly appreciate it. I love each and every fucking one of you. Thank you guys for everything. Early access to Off the Script when it is readily available for you guys. Early access to all my patrons and a bunch of other shit as well. So make sure you guys do that if you want. And that is patreon.com/JD from NY206. If you guys don't want to do that, Barbershop Window, man. Go to barbershopwindow.com. Type in the search bar, Off the Script. It'll take you right to my online shop. We are an official partner of Barbershop Window. Get your merchandise, man. Your JD merchandise. Your Off the Script merchandise. Get Off My TV. 4 versions of Get Off My TV. Eva Marie, Roman Reigns, Big Show. And then you got the 4 goons, man. Ryback, Big Show, Braun Strowman, and the big, shitty, loser monster himself, Kane. So make sure you guys do that. There's the Goon City t-shirt as well. A take on Brock Lesnar's Suplex City shirt. And then the gray Off the Script logo. $19.99. They ship everywhere worldwide. So no matter where you are going to get your Off the Script merchandise, man. So thank you guys for that. If you guys want to win some money tonight, man, I swear to God, if you guys are not in this, there is something seriously wrong with you. WrestleRumble.com. I want you guys to enter this, man. Go to the website. Gain entry into this fucking contest, man. First prize is $500, but that's not it. If you use your knowledge to the test and you guess tonight's winners for Clash of Champions, not only are you going to win $500 cash, you're going to win second row seating to NXT Takeover Toronto. Can you imagine just sitting there in Toronto, man, with the fucking rabid Canadians, watching one of the best shows of the year? Unbelievable, man. I'm in it. I'm going to Toronto. I can't wait, man. If I win, I swear to God, I'm throwing a fucking party, man. I would love to take a road trip up to Toronto, have a few fucking Labatt Blues, and just chill watching NXT and have a glorious fucking time seeing Mr. Bobby Roode at NXT TakeOver Toronto, man. So make sure you guys do that. That is WrestleRumble.com. Do it, and do it now. And WrestleCrate, you guys know the deal with that. JD sent me for an instant 10% off. And WWE Slam Crate by Loot Crate. Use the link I provide down below in the description. Go to the website via that link, and when you check out, use the code JD from NY. You'll get 10% off your first purchase, man. You can't beat that. I'm here to give you guys the best and save you money in the process. So thank you guys for that, and everybody that's come to me via Twitter saying that they signed up through my link and used the coupon code to save them some money. Thank you guys. I love each and every one of you. Now let's get into the podcast, man. Off the Script 136. We're going to start the podcast off with some small news and rumors, and there's some pretty interesting news articles about WWE as we head into 2017, man. I'm going to start off with a few little stories, then we're going to get to the big story for today on Sunday's edition of Off the Script. So let's start off with this, man. WWE planning an NXT Royal Rumble match for NXT TakeOver in January. Listen to this fucking story. Recently, it was announced that WWE's Big Four pay-per-views will have an NXT TakeOver special the night before to make the entire weekend a bigger extravaganza, which is an absolutely phenomenal idea. We've already had NXT TakeOvers for SummerSlam and WrestleMania, and in both instances, NXT TakeOver was better than what WWE did for the main show. In November, we'll get another for Survivor Series, so I'm pretty sure it's going to follow the same trend. Each and every TakeOver special that takes place before a major WWE pay-per-view is probably going to be the highlight of the weekend, because the way WWE handles NXT TakeOver is just something completely different than what we see on the main roster. It's treated as a legitimate special event that should be of great importance. And with every TakeOver special that's happened, that has been the same ideology. The same mentality has gone into each and every TakeOver special, and that's why everybody loves them and looks forward to them each and every time that they happen. And every time that they happen, they just automatically feel like a big deal, because we're not getting TakeOvers every single month. Feuds are able to be planned out in advance. Feuds are able to be, to be built correctly and breathe, So that's why when we get to those TakeOver specials, they're either having their first big match at a pay-per-view between two combatants, or it's a blow-off. And that's why it just feels so important, because everything just flows nicely, is consistent, and storylines, more importantly, have an opportunity to breathe. WWE will be doing one for the Royal Rumble, as well as they already have big plans for this to happen. Now, I don't know who these guys are, man. 434.com. Never heard of this source before. But according to them, there are plans for an NXT Royal Rumble match for the NXT TakeOver special before 2017 and the Royal Rumble pay-per-view, which will only feature NXT superstars. All the rules will be exactly the same, except it will likely be a 20-man match rather than a 30-man, which obviously would make sense. I don't think the NXT roster has 30 people on it currently. I don't think they've ever had 30 individuals, 30 superstars on the roster at one time. So 20 would be fine as long as we get the same rules that apply to the actual Royal Rumble match. I think WWE and them going with this plan and having an idea to do this for January's TakeOver special is an absolutely brilliant idea. The Royal Rumble is such a magnificent event. It is my favorite pay-per-view of the calendar year. 1992 is the absolute greatest, might be the greatest pay-per-view ever. The greatest Royal Rumble of all time. And you guys know all about that. Ric Flair winning it. And just everything in that match, everything about that match was absolutely top-notch. You cannot go wrong with watching that Royal Rumble each and every year to generate hype for yourself and excitement. That is the quintessential Royal Rumble match, the 1992 Ric Flair victory where he won the vacant WWE Championship. But for WWE to be doing this for NXT, I love it simply because NXT is so important to not only the WWE, it's just a fucking absolutely nuclear bomb going off in the wrestling industry. Everybody's talking about NXT. NXT is the place where everybody wants to be. Why not create your own legacy in terms of one of the greatest matches of all time, the Royal Rumble? Start your own legacy, start your own history with an NXT Royal Rumble. It just makes sense, man. The Royal Rumble is such a huge part of the WWE year. each and every year, WrestleMania season. Why not do it for NXT, man? It just makes sense. And it's a great homage to such a great match and a historic match with so many, beautiful things that could happen to one superstar who wins that type of match. They win the Rumble. They go on to the fucking main event of NXT TakeOver WrestleMania week. And it's just a great way to build new stars. It's a great way to pay homage to one of the best concepts in WWE history. So obviously that will be taking place in Los Angeles this year. It looks like we'll be getting TakeOver Los Angeles in January. Everybody came to me, I guess it was a troll, I don't know. Frank the Clown, fucking Noelle Foley's boyfriend there, Frank the Clown, who's part of the Foley family, he tweeted out that Royal Rumble was going to be taking place in Chicago. I got automatically excited because Chicago, the fucking marked town that they are. I would absolutely love to see that. Anybody that they don't like winning that Royal Rumble is going to get chewed and spit out. That's why I wanted to see it happen in Chicago, but I guess we'll have to wait a little bit longer for that. Los Angeles is still a good second choice, I would say. News like this likely means we'll be getting NXT TakeOver Survivor Series elimination match as well for the NXT TakeOver Toronto special. I'm not sure about that. I wouldn't mind seeing that, but I'm not sure WWE is going to go to those lengths to do a Survivor Series elimination match. I think that entire concept with the Survivor Series is kind of... That's the only old concept I don't approve of. So I don't think WWE is going to do that, nor do I think they should. So it'll be interesting to see what new tricks the powers that be in NXT can bring out of traditional matches and make them something for NXT TakeOver, man. I would love to see that, but right now they are talking about an NXT Royal Rumble match, which I am giving the seal of approval 2 thumbs up for that. I hope it happens. I think that's a fantastic idea. Dana Brooke becoming huge babyface after Clash of Champions. Dana Brooke has all the potential to be a top woman in the WWE, especially after spending most of the year under the tutelage of the current WWE Women's Champion, Charlotte. Well, by the looks of it on TV, it looks like Charlotte is a very lazy teacher, and all she does is look at fucking YouTube.com during class, because Dana Brooke, honestly, I want Dana Brooke to be successful. I do. I see potential in Dana Brooke. I've seen potential in Dana Brooke in NXT, but on the main roster, she's awful. I don't give a shit if that's too blunt, if that's too direct. Dana Brooke is awful. There's nothing about her. She doesn't have one consistent wardrobe. She comes out looking like a fucking fairy with, I don't know what the fuck she's wearing. It looks like a nightgown that she's wearing to go to sleep. What happened to her? What happened to her old outfit and wardrobe down at NXT where she looked like a professional wrestler? I don't know what the fuck she's wearing. It looks like she's wearing some makeshift fucking swimsuit when she goes to the ring with that black fucking outfit she's wearing. It looks awful. It looks awful. And she really hasn't done anything of importance on the main roster. I mean, standing next to Charlotte, what is that doing? It hasn't done her anything. I mean, she's been in the main spotlighted women's matches, but she really hasn't done anything to get herself over. She's done nothing to get herself over. As far as I'm concerned, she should be back down in NXT. As far as I'm concerned, if Emma didn't get hurt, I think Emma and Dana Brooke would be better off together than Dana Brooke and Charlotte. That's just the way I see it. I think Dana Brooke was hitting a nice little string of momentum with Emma down at NXT, and then when they brought them to the main roster, I thought that was going to continue. That was one of the better acts for the females in NXT. But now she's with Charlotte, and coincidentally, she's done nothing. She's done absolutely nothing. Recently, she's been booked as Charlotte's submissive sidekick more than a protege. The angle is obviously leading to a feud between Brooke and Charlotte. I don't think that's a good idea as of right now. Brooke can't even fucking string together a series of matches that look good. Botch after botch after botch. She's very hesitant in the ring. It looks like she's afraid. She's not really, she's not really a Charlotte-esque wrestler. She's not a Bayley-esque wrestler, Even Sasha Banks botches here and there, but Sasha hits hard. Dana Brooke, I don't know what is wrong with Dana Brooke in the ring. It's just not pretty to look at. And this may be happening a lot sooner than people thought. According to several reports, Charlotte will be defending the Women's Championship against Bayley and Sasha Banks at Clash of Champions. This we know in a triple threat match. But the real story is about Dana Brooke. Apparently WWE's been using Bayley and Sasha Banks as pawns in a way to push Dana versus Charlotte after Clash of Champions. That leaves 2 ways the match on Sunday could end. Either Charlotte will retain the title, which I think she will, with Dana Brooke and she will retain the title and feud with Dana Brooke after Clash of Champions for the championship. Or Banks or Bayley will become women's champions because of Brooke's actions, which will push their feud in that direction anyway. The logic and explanation for this is Dana Brooke will become a major babyface and foil to Charlotte, which could catapult her to the top of Raw's women's division despite being so green in the ring. Now, this does serve as an interesting situation here. You know, Dana Brooke, I mean, do you guys think Dana Brooke is going to cost Charlotte the women's championship? I mean, why would they give it back to Charlotte anyway if she's not going to hold it for a decent amount of time? You know, Sasha, if she wasn't hurt, was going to hold the title for a very, very long time. Just as long as Charlotte did. But she got hurt, and SummerSlam proved that. She just added to her injuries. So they gave it back to Charlotte. The only reason why they gave it to Sasha in the first place on that first Monday Night Raw of the new era of the brand extension was because they wanted to pop big. They wanted something to show you that, you know what, this is a new direction, this is a new era. We want to have important aspects to the show to make you believe that Raw is going to be this way going into the future. Obviously, they have not done that. They haven't had anything like that since. But the only reason why they gave it to Sasha was because they wanted something important to happen on that show. They wanted that show to pop big. So they gave it to Sasha, and then she lost it at SummerSlam. She wasn't supposed to lose it. So I don't think Charlotte is going to lose this title yet. I don't think she's going to lose it yet. I would not be shocked if she loses it, but I don't think they're going to take it off Charlotte yet. Because I don't see how you could give it to Bayley yet. Obviously, that's a terrible decision. Sasha, I could see Sasha winning the championship, but I just don't have the feeling that Sasha is going to win this match. I think it's going to be Charlotte for whatever reason, and they're going to continue the storyline, and later on down the line, then Dana Brooke will cost Charlotte the championship. That's just the way I'm thinking about this right now, but as far as a Dana Brooke-Charlotte feud, I have absolutely no interest in seeing anything like that whatsoever. Backstage update on a potential Roman Reigns heel turn. How many times have we discussed this? It's not happening, folks. The more and more we want it to happen, it is not happening. And I feel like I'm reporting the fucking Finn Balor debut. When is he debuting? Seems like every week, Finn Balor's debuting, news on Finn Balor's debuting. It never fucking happened. So it's the same thing with this. There's backstage updates on Roman Reigns' heel turn, quote unquote. But it's a very small story, so I'm just going to get this out of the way now. When it comes to Roman Reigns, the WWE Universe is essentially split in half. No, I think more people hate him than they do adore him. That creates a polarizing response from WWE crowds that allows WWE to ride the swings of his momentum wherever they go. John Cena made a Hall of Fame career out of doing that, and he may go down in history as the greatest WWE champion in history over the next year. So it's a good formula to follow. Despite the fact it doesn't help or it doesn't stop much of WWE's universe from making the argument that Roman Reigns should turn heel sooner rather than later because we don't need him to be John Cena 2.0. According to another report from 434.com, I might have to look these guys up, WWE officials have no plans for Reigns to turn heel at any point in the near future. In fact, they haven't even considered the idea since breaking up the Shield back in 2014. So again, conflicting reports. I mean, I have reported several times that WWE was thinking about turning Roman Reigns heel. Now these people are saying that there wasn't even an idea of turning him heel since 2014 and the Shield broke up. Give me a fucking break. Bullshit rumors, bullshit story. Roman Reigns getting booed out of AT&T Stadium to end WrestleMania 32 is as bad as it could possibly get for Roman Reigns, and the long-term effects of that haven't been that bad. It's been bad. It hasn't been that bad, but it's been bad. The point is to get used to Roman Reigns as a face because it's clearly here to stay for the foreseeable future. There you go. No more to say about that. And clearly, this Roman Reigns heel turn being reported seemingly every other week is nothing but clickbait garbage for these dirt sheets and these websites to generate traffic. Roman Reigns is not turning heel. You will know when he turns heel. He does not need to turn heel right now. I have more of an interest in seeing the Shield reformed to take down the WWE and their political garbage and the injustices that are occurring on WWE television. I'm more keen on seeing that, and I think that would be better off for Roman Reigns in the long term if WWE really wants to keep him a babyface. Because right now, Seth Rollins is turning babyface. The transformation is almost complete. I'm hearing rumors about turning Dean Ambrose heel, which would possibly be the best idea for him, because as a babyface, he's fucking stale. Maybe we can actually get that lunatic fringe that we've been hearing about, because anything that Dean Ambrose has done has not been of a lunatic fringe mentality. He's not a lunatic. He's done nothing of a lunatic nature. Dean Ambrose is a fucking joke and a clown, but he's not a lunatic. When I think lunatics, I think Terry Funk. I think Terry Funk, back in the heyday, coming out, fucking bandaged, bleeding all over the face, fucking fighting Edge and Mick Foley at ECW One Night Stand, right? What year was that? 2005, 2006? 2006, I believe it was. The one with John Cena and RVD. And he leaves the match bloodied because he had his face scraped with barbed wire. He's taken out of the match to leave Tommy Dreamer by himself. Fucking guy comes up, bandages himself, gets back in the ring, bleeding through the fucking bandage, has a 2x4 wrapped in barbed wire and sets it on fire. That's a fucking psycho lunatic. I don't know about Dean Ambrose. Dean Ambrose never done anything like that. When Dean Ambrose can follow that type of fucking ideology for a lunatic, then come talk to me. Right now, Dean Ambrose is not a fucking lunatic. I also heard he might be taking time off, which, I mean, I don't know why WWE would grant him time off. I mean, look at SmackDown. Cena's going to be out, and then you're going to take Dean Ambrose off television? Who's going to anchor that show? You know, everybody's saying, oh, AJ Styles is the face that runs the place. He might very well be the fucking face that runs the company. You're going to have him man control and put that entire brand on his shoulders. I love AJ Styles, but I would not do that to him. John Cena, okay, I can understand him being away. But then you're going to take Dean Ambrose off the road as well? Two of your top guys? Who else do you got? Randy Orton. And that's it. Other than AJ Styles, all you got is Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt? Who? When was the last time we won a match? I can't remember. So, weird things going on in the WWE right now, as far as that concerns. But Roman Reigns turning heel. Don't listen to the rumors. It's not happening. You will know when it happens. And if I hear anything concrete of it happening, obviously I would let you know. What else do we got here? Vince McMahon very high on Randy Orton. WWE title push coming very soon. What did I just say? The debate about the finish of Brock Lesnar vs. Randy Orton at SummerSlam is still going strong, with a lot of people complaining about protecting wrestlers' safety. You'll notice that the only guy who has the legitimate gripe to complain hasn't said a goddamn word, because Randy Orton got paid. That's why he's not saying a fucking word. Randy Orton was paid handsomely by Vince McMahon to do what he did against Brock Lesnar. Randy Orton hasn't said one word about the brutal finish of the match. He just did what was asked of him, and he moved on. And in the eyes of Vince McMahon, I guess that is favorable. You don't bitch, you don't moan, you go out there, do your job. You get fucking 9 staples in your head. As a result, Vince McMahon's going to say, you know what, I like this boy. I still love him. You know? So obviously Vince McMahon is going to take notice of that. He did what he was asked of, and he moved on. As it turns out, Vince McMahon was the one who booked the finish because he didn't want to hurt Orton's momentum by having him be pinned or be forced to submit to Lesnar. He said it is said that he's very high on the Viper right now. In a small way, that's a victory. According to Ringside News, Vince McMahon really appreciates the way Randy Orton took the entire situation and the beating from Brock Lesnar. The rumors have John Cena and Dean Ambrose taking hiatuses, like I just previously mentioned, from WWE programming for the majority of the remainder of the year, which is only October, November, December, which leaves SmackDown in some trouble. It looks like Randy Orton will be filling that role and is expected to feud with AJ Styles after No Mercy. I have absolutely no problem with that. Randy Orton is still capable of giving us excellent fucking matches. Excellent matches. I just don't like Randy Orton as a babyface. I prefer Randy Orton as a heel, but obviously AJ Styles is going to be the heel going into this match. He's playing more of a bully-like heel in WWE, a cocky bully type heel who coincidentally is the best wrestler on the fucking planet right now. You know, arguably, you know, people have different opinions than that, but right now nobody's doing it better than AJ Styles. Coming into the WWE, nobody expected AJ Styles to be where he is right now, so obviously when you look back at the year, he might very well end up being the wrestler of 2016. 2017, when all those lists come out. But Randy Orton has always been on and off with me. I've never been a huge Randy Orton. I've always respected what Randy Orton has done, but I've never been a huge fan of what Randy Orton does. You know, the gimmick and the shtick, it is what it is, man. It's not very exciting to me. You know, the one time I did like Randy Orton was when he feuded with Christian over the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, that was one of my favorite feuds when it happened back in the day. When Christian was fighting for the World Championship and was World Champion, those two put on great fucking matches. That was actually one of my favorite feuds of that calendar year. Now, with AJ Styles, I think he could bring even a better AJ Styles out. AJ Styles, I think, is going to really take Randy Orton to the limit. I think Randy Orton's going to kind of raise the bar, per se, when it comes to WWE in-ring action, especially on a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. I think the bar will be raised. Randy Orton is good, but I think Randy Orton is going to be pushed to the limit, and AJ Styles is going to bring out an even better Randy Orton. I think this is a great match for both. Obviously, it was bound to happen, and for a WWE Championship, I think it's going to look good on AJ Styles' resume as he not only beat John Cena, but he slayed the Viper. I think that's going to be great for both parties. Randy Orton's going to look good. AJ Styles is going to get another big win under his belt, another big name in WWE. But we said it already. This is all leading to a John Cena rematch and John Cena tying Ric Flair's World Championship record. More than likely at WrestleMania. That's where WWE is going to take this. I could see it. Don't blame me if it does happen, but I could certainly see Styles versus Cena at WrestleMania where Cena wins the world title. But that's just my opinion. Moving on here, guys, we have... What else we got here? Emma. Emma's been a big story with the WWE. Emma, frustrated with the WWE, claims she has been medically cleared for WWE return 6 weeks ago. What type of shit is this? Before WrestleMania 32, Emma was brought to the main roster from NXT after completely revamping her character in WWE developmental over the past year. Her partnership with Dana Brooke. What is she, a piece in a fucking chess game? Might as well be. She's fucking stiff as a chess piece, I'll tell you that. Her partner, Dana Brooke, and saw great results on NXT. So WWE officials thought it was the right time for her to be brought back to the main roster. Emma got through WrestleMania, and it seemed like her WWE career was headed into the glory days after essentially reinventing herself as a strong heel in WWE's women's division. Dana Brooke was brought to the main roster, and their alliance was set to continue on Raw and SmackDown. Unfortunately, Emma went down with a serious back injury in May that put her on the shelf until present day. Dana Brooke aligned with current WWE Women's Champion Charlotte, while Emma has been mending to her injuries. Now, recently there has been rumblings about Emma's recovery entering the final days, and her WWE return was said to be imminent. However, some frustration has been expressed by Emma, and there seems to be a lot more going on backstage about Emma's return to WWE television than what we originally knew. Emma doesn't have the same drawing factor as many of WWE's women do, but she is on an elite list of performers that have advanced skills to tell a story in the ring. You date back to that Takeover London match with Asuka. That might have very well been the best match on the fucking show. So, you know, Emma can hang if she's bringing the best out of Asuka. You know for a fact Emma belongs in the elite, not only on Raw, but in the entire WWE. I think Emma is, if you talk about women wrestlers in WWE, Emma is so fucking underappreciated, it's sickening. So Emma, if she's been medically cleared 6 weeks ago, why hasn't this woman been on our televisions? That's what I find frustrating. Each and every week, we see Nia Jax getting fucking squash victories, and we see Dana botching every week. We see Charlotte and Sasha continuing their feud, which I'm fucking bored to tears with already. And now you include Bayley, and it doesn't have that exciting factor to it. It doesn't have must-see written all over it. Emma can certainly hang with everybody that I just mentioned. So why isn't she on our TV if she's cleared to go? That's some fucking talented woman you got there that you're neglecting, that you're not utilizing. Why? WWE could certainly use more women, especially SmackDown. Give me a break. Absolutely fucking ridiculous decision on WWE officials. If she's cleared, get her on television. Now, she doesn't have the same drawing factor, I agree, but her skills, yeah, they're up there. They're definitely up there. Her personal issues getting in the way of her progression in the company are very well documented a few years ago. She's invented herself with NXT and come back as a stronger performer as a result of that. This year, Emma suffered a back injury that slowed her advancement in WWE, but now there may be a lot more going on backstage surrounding the injury that is holding her back to returning to WWE television. It is being reported that Emma was medically cleared to return to the ring and WWE programming as long as 6 weeks ago. However, she's been left waiting because no one is pulling the trigger on her return. Why? I mean, what the fuck is going on in WWE that you have this beautiful, talented woman wanting to go out there and perform? Ready to go out there and perform and give your product something that it needs badly. Why isn't she on our television? And why is nobody vouching for this woman? I don't understand it. I don't understand it. Emma got hurt before the WWE draft and brand split, so she remains undrafted as of this writing. Obviously, if Monday Night Raw saw any importance in Emma, she'd be on the product already. So, as far as I'm concerned, put her on SmackDown. You're not going to have anything with Dana Brooke anymore. Dana's too busy with Charlotte. Put her on SmackDown. Emma doesn't need Dana Brooke. Emma doesn't need anybody. Emma just wants to go out there and fucking kick ass. And that's what we want to see as well. Put her on SmackDown. She'll probably be better utilized over there anyway. Before she can return to WWE television, the decision has to be made if she will go to Raw or SmackDown. She could find a spot on any brand. Dana Brooke is on Raw, but SmackDown is a much better fit for her. SmackDown's a much better fit for everybody, to be honest with you. Because they just know what they're doing over there. But I don't want it to be too oversaturated to the point where it starts becoming like Monday Night Raw. They're in a good stride right now. They just need time for storylines and characters to breathe. And we need to become emotionally invested in what SmackDown is doing. It feels like rush. There's like 2 or 3 weeks between pay-per-views. And there's nothing breathing. You know? But they're doing the things right. They're utilizing their talent and their time correctly. I think Emma is going to be a much better fit on SmackDown. In 2 hours, it does wonders for the flow of a show. No doubt that deciding which brand she should go to is a complex choice, but it shouldn't take 6 weeks to come to a decision. WWE officials may have some concerns about her back, so they're keeping her out of the ring a little while longer. Another possibility is Emma is heading to Raw. The powers that be might be waiting until after WWE Clash of Champions to bring her back because the WWE's women's titles match is already full. Dana Brooke has taken a lot of abuse from Charlotte recently, and she appears to be on the verge of breaking out from under her thumb and entering a major feud with her mentor, like we just previously talked about. Emma could find the place in that feud, and there is a lot of potential in Charlotte versus Emma that hasn't been featured on WWE programming as of yet. It's being reported by Cage Side Seats that Emma is more likely to return to SmackDown and provide an extra boost to that brand's women's division. She'd make a great opponent for Becky Lynch, yes, and be great in helping out the younger performers get over on WWE SmackDown. The point is that if Emma is waiting by the phone for WWE to call, they're missing many great matches and choices for Emma to become a star that she truly deserves to be. Can't say it any better than that. Emma needs to be on TV. I understand if it's about her back, but at least let this fucking woman know. It's coming off in the report like Emma has not had any communication with any WWE officials about what the fuck is going on. She's been medically cleared to go 6 weeks ago. If WWE has a concern, an extra concern about her back, let this woman know. That's all. That's all she wants. But when she doesn't hear anything, then she feels like she's not being utilized, she's not important, WWE doesn't want her, they're not going to treat her right. It leads to all those types of thoughts and situations. Let this woman know what's going on. If she's cleared, get her in the ring. And get her on SmackDown. I don't want to see her on Raw. I hate Raw's women's division. I really do. I'm not interested in anything right now. And we're talking about having these women headline a major pay-per-view. Give me a break. None of those women with the current situation, the current storylines are headlining any fucking pay-per-view. I don't give a fuck what it is. A B-level, C-level, D-level pay-per-view. You're not headlining shit. Unless WWE makes them feel important. Monday Night Raw's women do not feel important. SmackDown's women feel more important than Monday Night Raw, but Monday Night Raw's the A show. Go figure. But Emma needs to be on TV. Chris Jericho expected to start an angle with Cruiserweights after Clash of Champions. This week on Monday Night Raw, the Cruiserweight division finally debuted in the third hour of Monday Night Raw. Should have debuted right at the 8 o'clock hour, but WWE, we got these great Cruiserweights. Let's debut them at 10:30 when nobody's fucking watching. But it's the Cruiserweight's fault. It's the Cruiserweight's fault Monday Night Raw drew a below 2 rating. It's Kevin Owens' fault that Monday Night Raw's in the fucking toilet, right? Fucking clowns. It was revealed that Brian Kendrick will face TJ Perkins, probably the one match I'm looking forward to tonight. If they don't let them go, I'm going to be pissed. If they don't let these guys off the fucking handcuffs and ball and chain, I am going to be pissed. You're on pay-per-view. You're on the WWE Network. Let these guys give us a match that the Cruiserweight Classic would be fucking proud of. So that's going to be taking place, and I'm looking forward to that match more than anything tonight. Go figure. Meanwhile, Cedric Alexander, Gran Metalik, and Rich Swann all got a chance to perform on Monday Night Raw. Love Rich Swann. All night long. Love him. Swann got a chance to perform on Monday Night Raw. Many more talents are coming from the CWC, but there could be some veterans coming into the division as well. According to a report from RingsideNews.com, Chris Jericho may be getting involved with the Cruiserweight division after Clash of Champions. WWE is being very firm with the weight limit of the division, but it's possible that some kind of match could happen between Perkins and Y2J to put over the division as a legitimate competition with a little extra boost. Listen, I don't mind that, but let these guys go out there and get over on their own. I mean, WWE, by this report already, WWE's telling me, yeah, we don't trust the Cruiserweights to get over with the audience. So let's put in a fucking veteran. I understand the logic in that, and I would not mind seeing Jericho in that situation, being that he's been the best thing on WWE television, and especially on Monday Night Raw. But, I mean, give these guys a fucking chance to get over. They're going to kill it at Clash of Champions. They're going to kill it tonight. Let them get over first and give them a chance to get over first before we start putting a Zayn and a Neville and a Jericho in the Cruiserweight division to give them a little momentum. So WWE is being very firm with the weight limit right now. Jericho, I would not mind being there, giving them an extra boost. Jericho's involvement would be a nice nod to his time in the WCW as part of their Cruiserweight division. Not to mention, that is an entire new generation of workers for Jericho to get in the ring with in the WWE. Heading into Clash of Champions, Jericho will be facing Sami Zayn, that match itself might steal the show, because I love Sami Zayn. And Jericho is doing some of the best work in his career. Who is another man that could find himself involved in the Cruiserweight division sooner rather than later, I should say. So, I mean, before we start adding names to the Cruiserweight division, let these guys get over on their own. You already got, how many guys? You got Gran Metalik, Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann, you got Brian Kendrick, TJ Perkins, I believe Akira Tozawa, he was in the packages, he's coming. Jack Gallagher is coming. You got Lince Dorado is there. So you got a division there. You don't need to add any more to that. Let these guys do what they did in the Cruiserweight division on the Classic, and they'll get over. Just give them fucking time and give them the opportunity to go out there and do what they did on the WWE Network. If you're going to fucking overproduce these guys, it's not going to be special. It's already lost its luster. 1 week in on Monday Night Raw. Go figure! On Monday Night Raw, already lost its luster. That's just the way I feel about that. But Jericho, rumor going around that he's expected to start an angle with the Cruiserweights after Clash of Champions. What else we got here? We got a rumor as to why WWE booked a cage match on Monday Night Raw. I talked about this on Monday Night Raw, and it's the exact reason why I stated on my Monday Night Raw review. You can catch that. I'll leave you guys a link in the description on my YouTube.com video. This week on Monday Night Raw, Kevin Owens faced Roman Reigns inside a steel cage in the main event of Monday Night Raw. He ended up losing to Roman, and Seth Rollins had a huge spot by jumping off the top of the cage. The match was announced to start Raw, but many people were curious why WWE booked the current WWE Universal Champion in a match that dangerous only 6 days before Clash of Champions. According to a report from Ringside News, the reason why WWE officials booked Owens versus Reigns inside a steel cage was an attempt to help boost ratings for the third hour. You all knew that. Did I have to report that? You all knew that. The ratings have been dropping. Bad. Which has been especially true for the last hour of Raw, but the Cruiserweights debuting in the third hour is a great idea. So WWE wants to hold the interest of the people in the show because now people can change the channel to Monday Night Football. 3 hours of Raw is a lot to ask of the WWE Universe. Sometimes 4 hours if you're sitting there live because they film either Superstars or Main Event before one of those fucking shows as well. That's a lot of content for the fans to watch on Monday alone. The rest of the week is full, especially when it's a pay-per-view week. So there you go. Reason why they did it was because they were desperate and they wanted to pop a big rating, which didn't happen anyway. So their attempts not only made them seem desperate and illogical, putting both men in a steel cage when it wasn't really necessary, it came off and it failed. So there you got it. Reason why WWE booked the cage match on Raw was to help boost the ratings, and it did not do any of that at all. Let's get into the top story, guys. We got the Undertaker. Undertaker making a WWE return at the Royal Rumble. This is the top story here for the weekend. And if the Undertaker has one more match at WrestleMania 33 next year in Orlando, it would be the 25th of his career. The historic significance of that match would not only be huge for the Undertaker, but the WWE, because it's unlikely that another WWE superstar will even have that many matches on the grandest stage of them all ever again. You'd think that the dead man would fight to the death for that honor. However, the Undertaker's career status in WWE has been a total mystery since WrestleMania 32 earlier this year, after defeating Shane McMahon in a Hell in a Cell match in front of what it says 100,000 people. It was more like 90,000 people. WWE likes to embellish the fucking attendance figures at these pay-per-view events, especially at WrestleMania. He was reportedly telling people that his career was over on that night. Since then, the WWE Universe has been speculating if we've seen the last of the dead man in WWE. It is likely that no one will know anything for sure until Undertaker and WWE officials want us to know, but the truth may have been leaked a few months ago early and revealed exactly when the WWE Universe should keep their eyes and ears open to hear the dead man's bell toll one more time on the grandest stage of them all. As of this writing, all that the WWE Universe can do is continue to speculate on what role The Undertaker will have in Orlando next year. The last news we heard was that The Undertaker and Vince McMahon had some kind of falling out over his future with WWE, which caused some people to believe their relationship is now irreparable. Bullshit. Despite the rumors, a new report has revealed that the WWE and the dead man could be working together sooner than most people expected. Apparently, there are reports that The Undertaker will be making his return to the WWE during the Royal Rumble in January. As of this writing, there is no confirmation of his return to the WWE, so please take what I am reading to you with a grain of salt. But the expectation is he'd appear to begin his WrestleMania feud, which could be the final nail in his coffin. The truth is, there may only be one more match left on his bucket list to have at WrestleMania before calling it a career once and for all. Recently, Sting continued to stir the pot as far as their dream match is concerned, but there are simply too many obstacles in the way at this point to make that a reality. However, WWE wanted one match at WrestleMania 32 that did not happen, but it seems it'll just be postponed until next year's event. If John Cena hadn't been injured, the WWE Universe would have seen Cena versus The Undertaker in Dallas earlier this year. The rumors have continued to swirl about their match finally becoming a reality because it serves as a great ending to The Undertaker's career, but it also gives Cena perhaps the biggest moment of his career, which is saying something about the magnitude of importance of their match and the match that it would be for WWE's history. Of course, there have been other men that have thrown their name into the hat to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania. For example, Finn Balor is at the top of the list. The Demon King versus the Dead Man would be a great sight to see. The entrances alone would be historic. But it's hard to argue against Cena versus The Undertaker. If Vince McMahon could pull off Cena versus The Undertaker for WrestleMania in Orlando, a return at the Royal Rumble is perfect because it'll set the road to WrestleMania on fire and give the WWE fans something they can't miss right off the bat. As we get closer to January, the rumors are getting to be overwhelming about The Undertaker's return. For now, just keep an eye and ear open for the bell tolls, because it could very well be the last time for The Undertaker. Now, everybody's like, oh, JD, I would love a match with Undertaker and Finn Balor. Yeah, I agree with that. I would love to see that as well. If it was up to me, I would give The Undertaker a fucking anti-aging potion, and I would never have him age whatsoever. If there was a fountain of youth, I would have The Undertaker the first man to fucking discover the fountain of youth and drink from it so that we can get The Undertaker of old. And the man would never age, and he would be with us forever. Trust me, I would honestly do that. One of my wishes, if I had 3 WWE wishes, that would be one. That would be one. The other would be making me charge of creative and turning this fucking shit show into a can't miss. And I'd be on announcer with the skills of Mauro Ranallo. But that's a different story. That's a different story. But The Undertaker coming back at the Royal Rumble. Listen, I want to get this right out of the gate. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck if you know the WWE or not. And more than likely, you know The Undertaker. You know The Undertaker's history and the fact that he has missed the WrestleMania and he had the streak and he's been there on and off. You know, he's missed a few in between, but Undertaker, for the most part, has been at almost every fucking WrestleMania. He will be at WrestleMania. This is not even a fucking question. I don't give a fuck if he's on his deathbed. He will be at WrestleMania. So, for everybody and these rumors and these fucking reports possibly being at WrestleMania, listen, he's going to be at WrestleMania. I would bet I would bet the house, the kids, the wife, the dog, the cats, the car, your mother, your sister, your father. I'd even bet against your family Undertaker's going to be at WrestleMania. So, get that out of the way. There's no doubt in my mind he'll be at WrestleMania in Orlando. But as far as who he faces, there really isn't nobody else but John Cena. Now, the reports of John Cena and AJ Styles, maybe they do that early. Maybe they do that at the Rumble. Maybe they do that in February. I don't know. I believe AJ Styles belongs at WrestleMania as the WWE Champion. I mean, I would love that. Other than John Cena, I mean, who are you going to have AJ Styles fight at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship? Now, if they do it early, the other situation I could think of is AJ Styles versus John Cena at the Rumble. Because that match, I mean, the Royal Rumble is fucking huge anyway. It's the kickoff of WrestleMania season. It's a kickoff to the road to WrestleMania. AJ Styles versus John Cena for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble. And then Cena wins it then and has the championship going into WrestleMania. Fights The Undertaker. Undertaker comes out and says, listen, if The Undertaker wants to retire, this should be it. 33 should be it. 25 years, 25th WrestleMania of his career, this should be it. I don't know how much longer it's going to go. I honestly don't know what he feels. The only one who knows these answers are The Undertaker. If John Cena wins, per se, not saying he's going to, but if WWE wants to do that and give the WWE title to John Cena before WrestleMania, I would love to see The Undertaker versus John Cena for the WWE Championship. Now, obviously, this would have been better if the WWE didn't break the streak. If the WWE didn't give Lesnar the streak. This match should have happened before the streak was broken. That would have been fucking unbelievable. Edge of your seat. Are they really going to give Cena the streak? People would have been fucking shitting, pissing at the same time in their pants. I would have loved it. That would have been the ultimate marketing scheme for WrestleMania, man. The undefeated Taker at WrestleMania versus the WWE Champion, John Cena. Obviously, this should have happened with the streak intact, but now we don't have that. We will never have that again. But it could still be a viable effect for WrestleMania. John Cena, the WWE Champion. Undertaker, last ride in the WWE. Done. He wins the title on his last match ever. And he retires as the WWE Champion. We have a tournament. A tournament on SmackDown for the WWE Championship that will culminate at, I don't know, one of these fucking pay-per-views. I don't know what the fuck WWE's going on with the pay-per-views, but it should be of a huge importance. A huge pay-per-view. Undertaker versus John Cena at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. Undertaker wins it, retires it, comes out on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown on Tuesday and fucking retires the title right in the middle of the belt. That's it. Done. And The Undertaker rides off into the sunset. We never see him again. Now, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to see The Undertaker go away forever because it's like a piece of our childhood. Never to come back, never to be seen in the WWE again. But That's the only logical thing I could think of here. You know, if WWE wants to do Styles versus Cena early, Undertaker should win the WWE Championship from John Cena at WrestleMania. If the WWE wants to go with Cena versus Styles at WrestleMania, who goes against The Undertaker at WrestleMania? Is it going to be Finn Balor? Is it going to be someone else that WWE is going to try and put over by beating The Undertaker? I don't know. It's a very, very interesting situation. Because there are rumblings right now that Vince McMahon still adamantly wants The Rock versus Brock Lesnar. I don't know why. It's not going to do either man any good. And with Mr. Hollywood over here fucking worrying about his pretty face, you know he's going to get in there with Brock Lesnar. He's going to fucking have a limb torn off or a fucking ligament broken. He's going to have bruises all over his fucking body. It's going to take weeks to recover from a Brock Lesnar match. So I don't know if The Rock wants to do that and put his Hollywood life in jeopardy. But Vince McMahon wants it. There's no gain out of that. The Rock is not going to go into WrestleMania and beat Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar obviously is going to fucking chew him and spit him out. Not even going to swallow. Give me a break. Brock Lesnar versus The Rock is a one-way situation. Lesnar wins. Now, if you want to do The Rock versus Bray Wyatt to continue the fucking pathetic excuse that we've seen this year at WrestleMania, I would be for that. Can you imagine Bray Wyatt beating The Rock at WrestleMania? I would love it. And it takes on what happened this year. Wyatt obviously wants revenge. They got some storyline history there. They got some storylines to be fucking tied up there. Some loose ends to be tied up. Why not? WWE has a variety of ways they could go about this. It's not that fucking difficult. If The Undertaker is coming back, which he will be at WrestleMania. If it's not John Cena, I don't know who it could be. I really don't. But they definitely have a lot of different scenarios they could go with to make it special. So The Undertaker coming back at the Royal Rumble, I would love if he won the Royal Rumble, if he comes back and wins the Royal Rumble. Imagine that. His last year in the WWE, he's going to retire this year. He's going to come out and say, listen, this is my last year. He wins the Rumble, Cena wins the title, and you build from January till WrestleMania with these guys. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know. But WWE has a lot to work with here to make it special. Will they? Probably not, because they never fucking live up to expectation anyway. But The Undertaker making a return at the Royal Rumble is being reported right now. He will be at WrestleMania. Don't believe these fucking reports. Well, he's going to be missing WrestleMania. He might be at WrestleMania. No, he will be at WrestleMania. Trust me. So that is Off the Script, guys. Thank you so much for everything all weekend. If you guys are listening on iTunes, Podbean, Stitcher Radio, Audio Boom, and Google Play Music, if you're on iTunes, subscribe, man. It is absolutely free. Hit that 5-star rating. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the podcast. If you guys are on Podbean, follow me on there and leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think of the podcast on there as well. If you guys are on Google Play, Stitcher, and Audio Boom, you guys know the deal as well, man. Thank you for all the support. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. Patreon.com, make sure to pledge if you guys want to. Never an obligation, only if you want to. Patreon.com/JD from NY206. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter, at JD from NY206. I tweet during Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I'll be tweeting during Lucha Underground as well, which the review was fucking fantastic on my YouTube channel. If you guys want to go listen to that, it is on my YouTube channel. I may actually include it on the iTunes podcast as well for those who did not hear it. I might just put it up there as well for you guys to listen to. I'll see how I'm feeling, but that was unbelievable, man. Thank you for the support on that. Almost 1,000 likes, over 11,000 views for the Lucha Underground review. I'll be tweeting during that, NXT, and obviously when pay-per-views happen, like the Clash of the Champions pay-per-view tonight on the WWE Network, at JD from NY206. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not done so. Same thing, JD from NY206. Please make sure you guys visit Barbershop Window. If you guys don't want to support through Patreon, Barbershop Window is a great way to support the podcast. That is my own online shop. Go there, main menu, type in Off the Script, buy a t-shirt. It's $19.99. They ship everywhere. Thank you so much for that. WrestleCrate.com. Make sure you guys use the coupon code JDSentMe at checkout if you guys want to check out my friends over at WrestleCrate. WWE Slam Crate link is in the description of this video. Make sure you guys check that out as well. Use the coupon code JD from NY for 10% off WWE's Slam Crate by Loot Crate. And then WrestleRumble.com, guys. Thank you guys so much. First prize is $500 cash and second row seating to NXT Takeover Toronto. WrestleRumble.com. You have until 7 p.m. tonight to get your entries in and your answers to the questions that they provide. Use your knowledge to the test and win those fucking tickets for me, man. I want either JD to win it or I want a JD listener to win it, man. So thank you guys for that. WrestleRumble.com. And thank you again to everybody over at Wrestling Amino for supporting the podcast over the weekend. I am JD. Thank you guys so much. There may be a part 4 for this. There may be a part 4. But if not, I'll see you guys for Clash of the Champions review right here on YouTube.com. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you later on tonight for Clash of Champions. I'll talk to you later.